Welcome to Style Masterclass, the podcast that teaches women to look stylish and feel confident so that they can show up ready to conquer and slay no matter what size they are. I'm your host, Miss J. You ready?
Welcome back to the Style Masterclass podcast. I'm your host, Judith Caton. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please note that this is the video version of an audio recording, so there won't be any extra video attached to this. This is primarily a podcast with replays that take place on YouTube. So I wanted to put that little bit of housekeeping aside because I did get an interesting question the other day. So I wanted to address it here for everyone who may be watching or listening in different formats. Now, let's continue with today's topic. Your closet told me you've been mean. Yes, it told me you've been mean. And here's the ways you've been mean. It watches you as you, ignore yourself entirely. It sees you get ready in a hurry, in a flurry, without so much as a second glance in the mirror, not spending any time to make sure things fit well or that you truly love them. You're just doing the perfunctory, getting ready, getting through the day motions, and it sees you completely ignoring yourself. Then there's the option B, the other way that you've been mean to yourself. Perhaps you are spending a lot of time in the mirror, but it's not time of appreciation or acknowledgement, kindness. Instead, it sees you pinching your body, grabbing the various parts of your body, jiggling your body all over, lamenting the size, shape, weight of your body, lamenting its aging processes, whatever that's starting to look like for you. And the closets have all told me it doesn't matter the woman's age, her shape, her size. It's been across the world. The closets have been watching you all. And what's interesting as a coach who coaches in this space is oftentimes this kind of discussion about your closet telling on you because you've been mean to yourself. We think it only should be in plus size spaces or mid-size spaces or aging spaces. But I want to tell you from working with thousands of women over time and having spoken to them in different scenarios in different places, this is pretty universal. And it starts really young, younger than I think we'd all like. And that's a little bit because the little humans are watching the big humans in their closet spaces doing these very things. They're being told not to worry about how they look to the point of completely dismissing the reality of their own bodies. So that when they become adults, smart cookies who are entering bigger arenas where they're going to be seen and noticed, it's such a heart-wrenching process because now suddenly it becomes very important how you're seen and noticed. Whether we like that or not, whether we hope for that change, the current realm of existence we're living in is maybe, just maybe, it's worthwhile to start to pay a little attention to yourself. And there's some benefits to this. Not only may you find clothing that fits you better so that you can move throughout the day doing your important work in the world without having the distraction of ill-fitting clothing, but also you might feel a little more empowered to raise your hand, express your ideas and your thoughts, to really fully enter into the rooms that you work so hard to get into. And those of you who are doing the poking, the pushing, the prodding, the wiggling, the jiggling, the over-inspection, life happens outside of that mirror, my friend. And unfortunately, part of the human process is aging and entropy and decay. But there's also some beautiful parts of the human process. One of my coach friends, Maggie Reyes, talks about earning her wrinkles. She went to an esthetician. She tells this story. So I'm not breaching a confidence. She tells this publicly. She went to some sort of esthetician or face something. And the woman talked to her about a procedure that she could get, some form of something to remove wrinkles. And she said, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Now, all of us might not be there. And this is not a diss to anyone who gets injections or does whatever they want to their own faces because you get to do you, boo. But what I want to offer you is that so much of our life is lived outside of our camera phones. It's lived outside of those square boxes on social media. It happens in 3D. It happens outside of the mirror. But I want to remind you of these 2 words that I say to all of my clients who get really fixated on different parts of their body. Zoom out, love. Zoom out. Look at the whole picture of your body. Look at the whole picture of the life you've lived. Look at the whole picture of all that you do in this big, wide world, because we need all of you in the room. And how differently might you show up to the rooms that matter the most to you if you didn't start your day with nitpicking, poking, prodding, pushing, pulling, jiggling. And I believe that all of us have something that we were brought to this world to do. And those missions may seem small to others and massive to others, and we don't know the ripple effect we are going to have on this world. But we are having a ripple effect. The little humans are watching us as we enter our closets. There's a whole next generation of young women watching how we respond to ourselves in those closet spaces. And your closets have been telling on you that maybe you've just been a little unkind by either over-focus or completely ignoring yourself. So your mission today, should you choose to accept it, is for some of you, we need to spend a little more time in the mirror, a little more conscious effort to recognize that you are a whole human being and not a floating brain without a body. That beautiful, magnificent brain of yours does not exist without the body it inhabits. So let's make sure it has what it needs to go about its business and do its best work in the world today. And for those of you who are over-fixated and you've been doing that jiggle, wiggle, pokey, proddy dance, zoom out, love. Remember this beautiful, big, giant, amazing life that you live. That's what I have for you this week. Subscribe, leave a review if this resonated with you, send it to a friend. Miss J out.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. To learn more about how to work with me, go to judithgaton.com. Click on the Start Here button to get access to my free personal style class. I give you a quick style win, a confidence boost, and you walk away with the tools to start getting stylish. Who doesn't love that? See you there. Miss J out.